Hi, Lulu. Thank you for chatting with us again at Glitter. How have you been?
I've been good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Congratulations on your new music that came out this past summer and the one that'll be released on Friday.
Thank you.
So, I kind of want to start out with asking like what the writing process was like for something.
Um, something I actually started writing something I think in like 2018 or 2019, something like that. I came up with the first verse and then I got like totally stumped and I did not know where that song was going to go and I kind of left it alone for like 2 years and then it was last April, I was on a walk on my daily hot girl walk. And I just had an idea. It just like hit me so fast and so hard. I was like, wait a minute. I think I know where this is going to go. And I wrote it all in my head. And then I went back to the piano to see if it made sense altogether. And luckily it did.
And I really love your lyrics. They really speak to kind of like the most relatable experiences that we go through. And I was really wondering, like, where do you find inspiration for these lyrics?
First of all, thank you. I don't know. I guess like just life,
Mhm.
I just feel like um, I feel really lucky that songwriting is so therapeutic for me and that I'm able to express myself and emote the way that I need to in order to not like totally lose my mind. So yeah, I draw a lot of just inspiration from life. I feel like I'm in my 20s, so things are dramatic no matter what.
And definitely, I feel like you have constantly expressed that you have been destined to write songs, but I definitely wonder if throughout this career path, if you've ever found any moments of like frustration.
100%. I think it's really difficult not to get discouraged because I mean, like, comparison is unavoidable. I feel it's really hard not to look at someone else who is your age or younger than you and to see their career excel in a way that yours isn't. And to, I don't know, to look at yourself and say, like, what am I doing wrong? Um, I don't know. It's really hard. I think it's really hard to not get discouraged, and it's also hard not to feel like a commodity when you're trying to get your art out there without compromising your artistic integrity. It's a really fine line to balance, I think.
Definitely. And through these many difficult experiences, how do you find ways to cope, or maybe some methods that help you relax or maybe calm down when you're frustrated?
I think mostly I just have to sort of fall back on my faith in myself and knowing that, like, first of all, I was a sociology major in college, so I am not qualified for any job in the world. So I don't know. I think it's really just like sort of falling back on that faith that, like, this is what I love to do more than anything. And, you know, there's nothing else I could do. Write sociological papers, I guess.
And you can definitely feel through your music that passion and that like wistful and magical quality. And I wonder if you have ever imagined kind of changing that persona or your style.
Um, I haven't like actively thought about it. I think that there are times where, going back to feeling sort of discouraged, I wonder if the way that I make music is like not working for me. But I also it's not like a performance, you know, I'm not like writing a song as a means to an end. I'm really writing a song as a way to express myself and to as an emotional release. So I think probably realistically, as I get older and as, you know, I experience life more and as I'm hopefully mature, the way that I write and my perspective and point of view will probably shift. But I think for now, I can't like think about it too hard. I just have to let whatever is authentic to me come out and just hope that other people like it and can relate.
Definitely, as a fellow Pisces and someone who is overly emotional and really does overthink things in their life, I really love listening to your music a lot, and it helps me kind of relax and is like a source to, you know, kind of express myself when listening to your music, which also makes me question whether or not you're planning on going on tour or having any performances anytime soon.
I would love to go on tour, but I don't think there's anything like concrete set in motion yet. But I don't know. Fingers crossed. Hopefully in the new year, I'll have some shows on the books.
Yes, and I will definitely love to be there. And
So,
I noticed in your something music video and in past interviews that you've had a lot of references to frogs. And also, just want to ask, like, how long has this obsession been going on for, and why frogs?
it honestly started in 2020, right when lockdown first happened. I was quarantining with my parents, and I have two brothers, and they were both in New York, and I was not in New York. I was with my parents. And I have never spent, it was like, I think it was like 3 months. I had never spent that much time, first of all, like my brothers, without my brothers and without people my own age around. And at first I was like, okay, this is going to be great. I'm going to like just write so many bangers. I have all the time in the world now to focus on my art. I did not do that. I started painting frogs. And it was because I saw a picture of a frog on Instagram, and it really just tickled me. I was like, this is a perfect creature. I need to paint it. And I'm like not a painter at all. But I became really like hyper focused on painting frogs. I painted like a frog a day for like 2 months. And then I think from there, people like seeing that I was like painting frogs, they were like, oh, that's Lulu. She loves frogs. And then all of a sudden, it was like every single gift that I was given was like frog related. And I was like, okay, so I'm just the frog lady now. Like, that's fine. So I think I got the ball rolling, but I really feel like the people around me took it to the level that it's at now.
And I love those references. They just make everything so wholesome.
Thank you.
So I kind of want to shift to your upcoming EP, Muscle Memory. So what gave you kind of the idea to have this title for your EP?
There is actually a song on the EP called Already the End. And there is a line in that song that says, and if I reach for you, then it's subconscious. I'd forgotten that we'd lost touch, and muscle memory means the break ain't always clean. And I feel like this whole EP is really about coming to terms with relationships and how they shift and end, and sort of just that feeling where you're like, oh, this, it's like a phantom limb. It's like this person, these people used to be in my life and now they're not. And the instinct, I think, when you love is to maintain the love, you know, to reach out, to send memes or funny pictures and tweets and say, oh, I was just watching this movie and this reminded me of you. And then it's like, it's a whole universe between people that is like totally gone. And I think that really encompasses all of the songs that are on the EP.
And I think it ties really closely to one of Glitter's core messages, which is self-love. And so how do you think that you've been able to kind of express this idea throughout your music?
I think that being able to recognize relationships that don't serve you anymore and being able to, like my other songs, being able to be by yourself, being able to be alone, and feeling comfortable and at peace with yourself is something that I was really struggling with as I was writing all of this music. And I felt like in writing these songs, I was sort of reassuring myself that I can be alone and it is better for me to be separate from these relationships, even though there is still that instinctual gravitational pull, I think, to some degree. But I think, I don't know, I think as you get older, it's really difficult to sort of identify relationships that are hurting you instead of uplifting you, and being able to take care of yourself and in distancing yourself from the people or the things that don't serve you anymore is really important.
Definitely. And so I was just kind of to wrap this up, what do you think is next and what do you have planned for maybe a future step in your career?
I actually already have another EP in the works. So hopefully that gets finished up soon. I would love to go on tour. I would love to be a guest judge on RuPaul's Drag Race. So if you have an in with RuPaul, drop him a line for me.
Oh, thank you so much. Oh, thank you so much. Sorry. But thank you so much for taking your time out of today to talk with us. And it was really, really nice to kind of get this sneak peek on your upcoming music. And we'll definitely be looking forward to what's next to come.
Thank you so much.
Of course. Thank you.
Okay, bye, Pisces sister.
Bye.